Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
And this week, TV executives have gone bananas. They're chimps. But isn't that how they are always anyways? Isn't this just a documentary?
We just got The Monkey's Uncle 2, The Barefoot Executive.
From 1971.
And Kurt Russell's going bananas.
I think that chimp actually likes TV.
Now show business is turning into monkey business. John Ritter and Harry Morgan.
Oh, no!
The Barefoot Executive.
Oh,
you know
my God.
What? I had a really good time with this movie.
Oh, this movie is funny. It's fantastic. It's a good time. It's a good time. Like, there's no like, oh, come on, the Polly moments. Like, it's really just it's good finger popping movie. You can really keep it moving.
Is it jazzy? What is going
Well,
on?
I mean, it kind of is. It's like, hey, all right, we're moving right along.
No, and it's got young Kurt Russell. Like, what more?
Baby fat Kurt Russell. He's got that, like, little baby fat on his face, and it makes him look weird.
Does he look weird?
I don't think it looks like him. He doesn't have that, like, cut face of chiseled steel that he has later on, because he has just a little bit of baby fat on his face.
I feel like he looks the same.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he looks like, well, vastly different, but it's kind of like the guy on Breaking Bad, the fat Damon guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just has like a tiny bit of baby fat that goes away, because I mean, he doesn't look like he doesn't have that super chiseled cheek face yet.
It's true, but
and that chiseled jaw that he has.
I really enjoyed the movie, though.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was a
great.
lot of fun.
You know who was secretly really good? That Jen lady.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
her role was small, but it was never like, oh, Jen.
Noble Jen.
Yeah, Noble Jen.
Oh, give me a fucking break. But I have a lot of opinions about Jen at the end of the movie, but it's fine.
I have a lot of opinions about the end of the movie. Oh, boy.
So many.
Like a lot. I have takes and takes and takes upon takes of takes.
Okay. So you have to rent this on Amazon. You cannot watch it on Disney Plus.
Which makes, I mean, there must be some kind of contractual thing. There's no reason this shouldn't be on Disney Plus. Little kids should be watching this right now.
Yeah, it's very, in general, like the movies with the monkeys and the chimps, I'm like, oh, God, okay, it's whatever. This was actually pretty good.
This was pretty good. It really was.
Really, really unique concept. Really, really quite good.
I don't know about unique concept, but well executed.
What other movies have a chimp picking TV shows?
Well, not TV shows, but a chimp doing X, Y, or Z that somebody's taking credit for.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. The Barefoot Executive from 1971. Comedy, drama, kids. A mailroom clerk and a chimp team up to pick hit TV shows.
I love Amazon synopsises. They're so short.
Do they really team up? Does the chimp, does Raffles even really know what's going on?
I feel like Raffles actually does team up with Kurt Russell.
And he just doesn't care because he gets to watch TV.
Well, and he treats him really well. He gives him all those bananas and pizza and, you know, I mean, he really does treat him good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been more realistic for him to treat him like shit, but especially since he hated him so much at the beginning of the movie.
Right. But he just hates anything that won't help him get ahead.
So our director, when it came up, I said, oh, I know that name somewhere. Where do I know that name?
From Scandalous John.
Robert Butler.
Robert Butler.
Is Scandalous John.
But we will also be seeing him in The Computer Wears Tennis Shoes.
We'll be seeing everybody in The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Yeah, Just FYI, there's a few movies coming up that have all of these same people in it.
It's basically like, hey, let's make 6 movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And do it all the same. And he just did, other than that, he did a ton of 60s TV. That's about it.
We can basically say that about everybody we're about to talk about. So the writers, our first writer, Joe McEbedy, also made a movie with the director called Hot Lead, Cold Feet, which is some weird rated G movie, cowboy movie.
Cold Feet.
Cold Feet.
Well,
yeah.
so is that a movie where the guy like gets cold feet about getting married or something?
No. It seems like about a guy who was in the Wild Wild West who's a chicken shit coward guy.
Oh my God.
That's what I gleaned looking at the picture and just a couple things. This is what it seemed like.
Oh my God.
But he also wrote on The Computer Wears Tennis Shoes and The World's Strongest Man. So we'll be seeing him again.
Okay.
And then Leela Garrett.
And
And
the movie Now You See Him, Now You Don't, which is also a Disney movie.
Oh, right,
apparently.
yeah. And then Leela... But I don't ever recall seeing that one on the list. It might be there. I don't know.
Maybe a TV movie.
Then the writer Leela Garrett, she was just TV. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just TV. Same with Burning Con, the other writer. Just TV.
Yeah. But, okay. I've never seen Kurt Russell this young. Ever.
Well, the only time we'll see him younger is in the Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes.
Oh, that was before this?
Yeah, it's before this.
So, he's also in the Now You See Me, Now You Don't and Strongest Man. But what is your favorite Kurt Russell movie?
Captain Ron?
Hey, are you the captain?
Yeah, Ron Rico. Call me Captain Ron, boss. Everybody does.
Hi, Captain Ron. Martin Harvey. Like you to meet my wife and kids?
Yeah, hi, Mrs. Harvey. You old dog, I bet you keeps your clock wound, huh?
No, that's my daughter, Caroline.
Oh, hey, my mistake.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Honestly, I don't know what that is.
Let me make sure that's him before I embarrass myself.
Wait a minute, is it some other guy?
Yeah, I need to make sure.
Kurt Russell's like cool uncle.
Well, yeah, it's him as like cool dad on a boat. It's great. I love Captain Ron.
I like Death Proof Kurt Russell.
Death Proof Kurt Russell is pretty fucking great. I do like that because obviously Quentin Tarantino I love.
But I'm a teetotaler. I've been drinking club soda and lime all night, and now I'm building up to my big drink.
Which is what?
Virgin Pina Colada.
Okay, why would someone who doesn't drink spend hours at a bar drinking water?
You know, a bar offers all kind of things other than alcohol.
Really? Like what?
Women. Nacho Grande platters. The fellowship of some fascinating individuals like Warren here. Alcohol is just a lubricant for all the individual encounters that a barroom offers.
Ooh, is that cowboy wisdom?
I'm not a cowboy, Pam. I'm a stuntman. But that's a very easy mistake to make.
How do you know my name?
When you were talking with Warren, couldn't help but overhear.
Fair enough. So what's your name, Icy?
Stuntman Mike.
And I like Overboard Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Overboard and Captain Ron I feel like are related in a weird way.
Yeah, no, Overboard's a great movie.
Yeah,
it's pretty fantastic.
I actually don't even think... I think his most famous movie I don't think I've even seen. I haven't seen Escape from L.A. or Escape from New York.
Never seen that either.
Yeah, it's just a weird hole in my entertainment category. So, but we all love Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
who doesn't?
He's great.
So then Mr. Wilbanks, Joe Flynn, we'll be seeing a lot of him, and we have seen him.
I went through this whole
and he's great.
I went through this whole movie thinking his character name was Mr. Wilcox, not Mr. Wilbanks. I don't know why. But no, so he died only 3 years after this movie.
Yeah, he didn't make too many more movies, but in those 3 years, he made Superdad and World's Strongest Man for Disney.
Well, he was also in The Rescuers as Mr. Snoops, which is a great character in that movie that you might not know anything about.
And we already met him in The Love Bug.
Bring it right on in, boys. Come on. So you tried to run away, huh? Well, it didn't work, did it, huh?
Yeah, he was pretty good in this movie, actually.
He was damn good in this movie.
He was good.
Really, that guy's comedic timing is really strong.
So, in The Love Bug, he was like the main bad guy, right? He was the one plotting it. He was like the police, whatever, or the head of the museum, whatever, right? He was actually the one like...
Wait, I thought he was the rich guy. No, maybe he was the... Yeah, you might be right. He was the
one like plotting everything because the young guy was like, oh, blah, 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 I caught the da-da-da.
Yeah.
So he was like... But I don't remember if he worked for the police department or he worked for the museum. I think he worked for the police department. That was the whole thing. He was like the chief of police or...
Oh, yeah. That might be right. God, I hope we're right. Otherwise, we're going to look really stupid. Oh, well.
It's fine.
But yeah.
And then Harry Morgan, who I feel
love Harry Morgan.
We just talked about.
We've always talked about him, but I feel like this guy is great in everything he's ever been in.
He's pretty good.
I love Dragnet. I love his part in MASH. I just love this guy. I wish this guy was alive today to just still play the same old guy, badass, confident dude.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really like Harry Morgan. And I think I've said that on every single podcast we've done with him in it.
You did about Scandalous John and Snowball Express.
Yeah, I fucking love Harry Morgan.
It's just so crazy how all these movies are so intertwined in such small, weird ways.
Well, like, who can we get? Oh, wait, Harry Morgan was really good in the last movie. Come on, man, Harry Morgan, come on down.
Come on down. You're the next actor on Disney live action.
And then Wally Cox, who was Mertens.
Okay, so who the fuck is Jason in the Boatniks? I don't remember.
Jason?
That's his character in the Boatniks was somebody named Jason.
Yeah,
hold on. I'm gonna
look vaguely familiar.
Hold on. I'm gonna look.
Okay, while you're looking, I'm just gonna go on about the fact that guy was fucking Underdog.
That guy was ridiculous.
Crazy. He was Underdog. Who the hell is Underdog? We saw the stupid Underdog movie, but this guy was the voice of Underdog.
I mean, Jason Lee was Underdog, so, you know.
No, he was in Wonder Dog. He wasn't Wonder Dog.
Underdog.
Yeah, but he wasn't the dog, was he?
Yeah, Jason Lee was Underdog in the live action movie.
Yeah, but this guy is way better than... Well, no, I love Jason Lee, but... We'll get to this guy's performance later, but... And he was like a beloved... This Wally Cox guy was like a beloved...
Okay.
Wait, was he the hippie guy with all the chicks?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. As soon as I was like thinking, I was like, wait a minute, he had to be the guy with the chicks.
Yeah, he was the guy that was always partying on the boat with all the chicks and Boatniks.
He also died very soon after this, yeah.
Oh my god, that's... Okay, so really...
Yeah, he was a badass.
Really quick about Wally Cox, though. So there's this movie that I saw he was in, and... It's like a joke in our family. It's called Spencer's Mountain. And it's this really weird movie that our parents made us watch. And like, there's a character in it called Clayboy. And this kid like falls off a roof or something and breaks his neck. And they're like, Clayboy, go get the doctor, Clayboy. And then the kid just like gets up and it's fine. And, like, it's so bizarre, but it's a really weird old movie that my parents were like, you gotta watch this movie, and it was just, it's bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I just saw that, and I was like, oh my god, Spencer's Mountain, what? And then Miss Jen.
Heather Scott, whose only other real acting credit is she's Daphne.
She's Daphne
on Scooby-Doo.
Look again, Lindbergh. That's not sand, it's snow.
Which is incredible. What a job to get. She's had to make millions of dollars for being the fifth Bill on Scooby-Doo.
I mean, she's just riding that all the way till she's dead.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jodie Benson with Ariel. They're just riding that all the way till the end.
I mean, it's too bad that she doesn't get any like residuals for all the cosplay of her character.
Oh, for Daphne?
Yeah. Because for some reason, chicks think that's hot. It's weird. It's really weird.
Well, it's just, it's
just weird. It's just weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, she was good.
I thought she was good because she was like the attainable for the male boy girl. Like, she wasn't too hot. She wasn't too this or that. She was just kind of like
girl next door type.
Girl next door, but like legitimately the girl next door.
Like,
type.
she actually could live there. You're like, oh, hey, Jen.
Yeah, like I could be like, oh, hey, Jen next door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, you. And then I think the last person that I'll mention is Roger, who was fucking John Ritter and was awesome.
Wait, which one was Roger again?
He's the son of Wilbanks, the guy that goes and breaks in at first.
No, the nephew. Nephew.
Nephew.
That's John Ritter?
Yeah, that was John Ritter.
What?
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was a little skis weasel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was great. I fucking loved his performance. He was so nasty and just kind of like...
He's a dick.
Dick and funny. Like, when he breaks into the house, it's funny.
I had no idea that was John Ritter. I guess I didn't look...
I nailed that immediately.
Deep enough in the casting.
Well, I saw his name come up in the beginning credits, and I would recognize... I mean, he's obviously John Ritter. And he was fantastic as Roger.
That's pretty good.
As the douche noozle.
Pretty good.
Like when they're at the baseball game and he's switching the chimp, and it's like, why would he do this? I don't get it. Did you get any Fun facts, Kat.
It was really barren for fun facts. Like, I looked in the goofs. I looked in.
Desert.
I Googled it trying to find more fun facts.
Yeah, it's just a desert.
So, one I had was that our main character, Steven's hair, fluctuates lengths throughout the movie, notably, in many places.
Cool. This is the last one with Wally Cox. That's all I got.
What?
That this was the last film for
this was the last
Cox.
one we did. Okay. Yeah, because he died. Oh, then I guess Joe Flynn did more after that. The logo UBC combines networks NBC, ABC, and CBS into one fictitious network.
Which was obvious, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so do we want to...
Yikes. Peel our way through this?
Peel, clap, blow raspberry through our...
Rate our way through... There's not really a good analogy for
throw a rock through a TV our way through this.
God, I don't know. I can't even. Me. But anyways, let's get through it.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
He's gonna make it right to the top. That crazy moving, grooving kid who just won't stop. He's gonna rearrange the good old status quo and get it all together with the things he's got to know. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. He's gonna take this cockeyed world and shake it. He's gonna show them he's a winner in the end with a little bit of luck.
So we open the movie with a insanely terrible song.
He's gonna make it with a little... Okay, it was like this hoppy, upbeat song, and then there'd be this...
jazzy little...
There'd all of a sudden be this low voice saying, with a little luck and a little bitty barefoot friend.
Yeah, and we just see Kurt Russell riding a motorcycle through L.A.
Okay, do you think Kurt Russell asked Michael Douglas for advice on how to ride a motorcycle and look cool from Napoleon Smith?
Well, considering this came out after that, no.
So maybe Michael Douglas actually asked, he's like, hey man, I think we're both going to be famous when we're old men, so can you tell me how to look cool riding a janky motorcycle?
No, I don't think so. I think riding a motorcycle back then for young dudes was par for the course.
Okay, but it wasn't really a motorcycle. It kind of felt like it was more like a...
No, it was just a regular Honda motorcycle.
Like a shitty, dirt bike.
It was 1970 when they made this. I guess they didn't have, the cool motorcycles that come later.
I guess that's true. But so, supposedly he works in the mailroom at the TV station.
At the network. The network.
But I never got that he worked in the mailroom.
Well, they alluded to it. They kind of showed it. I thought he was an intern at first, like a page or something.
Yeah, he's wearing a freaking blazer jacket.
But think about it. Back then, that's what you did in corporations. You gave your underlings a blazer to wear to work every day with their goddamn name tattooed on it.
But so essentially, we get very quickly. He's like I want to do good. I'm going to night school.
He wants to move on up, and nobody takes him seriously.
Yeah.
Because he goes to some shitty night school instead of college.
Yeah, okay, and the dude, the John Ritter nephew dude, is like, oh, nobody who goes to night school is going to do well. So establishing that he's some sort of rich dude, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that he's got it. Well, he's basically nepotism.
Yeah. His uncle is going to make him whatever. And it's very obvious that the TV station's kind of in trouble, but nobody wants to tell the head guy of programming, hey, this sucks. Everyone's just kind of like, oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, everybody's kissing his ass. No, they don't even say it's great. They're they deflect it oh, man, if I liked TV, it would be really good. I think the audience loved it.
Well, okay, and the funniest part about this opening whole long bit was when the other TV network guys call him.
Yeah.
So I was getting kind of vibes from that, Whitest Kids sketch where they're the one where they're shooting each other or whatever across the thing. That's what I kept thinking about. Not that I'm going to include that, but I'm just saying.
You should.
I just kept thinking about that during this part. They're like, ha ha ha. And everything was so dry in this part. He calls New York and he's like,
everything's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
everybody
thought it was fine. It was fine.
but really it's like, it
was
sucks.
terrible, yeah.
It sucks. And then all of a sudden we go to like the next morning at the head TV guy's house, and there's a really weird scene
where the paper boy throws the paper in the bushes. The guy yells at the paper boy. Him and his driver end up backing over the paper boy's bike.
He tells the guy just back up.
Yeah. And then he's going to write a check to the kid for his bike, but the kid goes whining about how he's going to win a trip to Catalina, so they deliver papers from the car.
And this never mentioned again.
Yeah, nothing's
just
brought
the
up.
weirdest
Other
thing.
than he was late for work that day.
My bike! My brand new bike!
Now look what you've done.
Yeah, careless, incompetent kids, huh?
Not him, you. Well, don't worry about the bike.
The papers! If I don't deliver them, I won't win that trip to Catalina! I've been working all year on that trip to Catalina.
Well, he's been working all year on the... I'll put the darn papers in the car. How I ever let myself get saddled with my wife's relatives, I'll never know.
Because of that.
So I think this is kind of just showing he's like this guy who just blames everyone else for everything because he gets to work and
he's rather bumbling.
Yeah, and she's all, oh, New York called. Why didn't you tell me they called? You should have called me at home. I tried, but you were out making deliveries. Oh, well, why did you do that? I'm just, like, essentially, why didn't you do exactly what I was thinking?
And at the same time, right before this, he gets accosted about Abe Lincoln's Doctor's Dog, which is a great movie, great TV show.
Oh, yeah, because Kurt Russell Steve is saying, oh, I took this class, and Americans like shows about Abraham Lincoln, about dogs, and about doctors. So the show should be Abraham Lincoln's Doctor's Dog.
I really feel like this could be a limited series on Netflix. Is Abe Lincoln's Doctor's Dog?
I mean, really though, the dog gets
really. Like they show the storyline of like everything a dog sees in its lifetime of Abe Lincoln's Doctor. It would knock it out of the fucking park.
He gets assassinated, and the dog sees it,
and he's
then
like,
the dog chases down the guy in the theater house.
John Wilkes Booth, yeah,
yeah, it could be a whole thing.
I feel like it would have to be a German Shepherd.
See, I was picturing more like a small, scruffy dog, but you know,
a small, scruffy dog's not going to get it done. Because there's too many Americans that hate small dogs.
You've never seen like Benji?
But Benji is like, I make it home. I feel like Abe Lincoln's Doctor's Dog is going to have to do some work. And, like, bite some people and take some shit down.
Okay, maybe he could be a German Shepherd. Maybe. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Where did we... I got distracted with Abraham Lincoln's Doctor's Dog. Of course, so nobody listens to Steve. He's like, oh, fuck off. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
And then we cut to Jen's house where she has taken in Raffles, and Steve is all pissed off about it. And Raffles won't let Steve watch football. He wants to watch some dumb TV show.
Yeah, because Raffles is apparently stuck with Jen.
Because the Italian couple across the way moved to San Francisco, and he gets colds if he moves to San Francisco.
Right, so she's taking care of him. And then Kurt Russell Steve he's fighting with him about the TV. And then he kind of realizes that the chimp picked the number 1 and number 2 TV shows.
And then he went over the next night, and the chimp did it again.
Yeah, and the Shaggy Dog was on the TV.
Yeah,
which was
Shaggy Dog.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And okay, the part where after this, he's like, he knows,
and he gets arrested by the cop for no reason, or he gets pulled over, but nothing happens from him getting pulled over.
Well, it's because he ran through the intersection and made a car crash. But he's going around telling everyone he knows, and everyone's like, okay, great, he knows what? Like, we don't know what you're talking about.
It's a very bizarre scene. This is actually the scene of the movie that really needed to hit the cutting room floor.
It was just weird.
Yeah.
They were trying to be funny.
It just didn't make any sense.
Well, and then he walks back like towards Jen's apartment, and there's a chimp
in the pet store.
And I thought they set it up to where like that was the chimp.
Right, because it was Raffles. I mean, it was Raffles.
Like the dude had given the chimp to the pet store because he goes up and Jen's all, oh, I gave it to such and such, whatever that guy's name is.
Roger.
To
take it for a walk.
And I thought, oh, Roger went and gave the chimp to the pet store.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It was a weird thing. And really, it's a shame we don't have more monkeys in our lives.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. How delightful would it be, like, if you were out for a walk with a dog or something, and you saw somebody walking their monkey, or if you could still buy a monkey?
I mean, I don't know how delightful it would be based on the fact that the next scene, he goes out and confronts Roger, and the monkey starts freaking out about the TVs in the store and throws a rock through the TV.
But what if it was like a spider monkey?
I mean,
I just feel like we need to bring back monkeys into our lives as humans.
I feel like chimps were really popular in like the 70s in TV shows and movies, and then the spider monkey type little monkeys, you know, the macaw, whatever, black and white monkeys became popular in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And they were everywhere.
Along with gorillas.
And they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they all went away.
Yeah, but we should bring monkeys back into our lives and like domesticate them. That's all I'm saying.
Bring it on back. Let's do it.
Yeah. North American Monkeys 2022 or 3.
Save the monkeys.
Bring them back.
Correct, sir.
Okay, so after he throws the rock into the TV and gets arrested, and Roger gets arrested. Okay, this is the thing I don't understand. So they bail the monkey out, and Roger's all, "You're not going to bail me out?" I thought he was like a rich boy. He can't bail himself out.
Yeah, he can't call his uncle and get just bailed out.
No, it didn't track. It was like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What about me? Gee, I'm sorry, Roger. I'm out of money. I got to get some more. Don't worry.
You mean to tell me you're bailing that chimp out and letting me stay here in this dump?
Wait just a minute, Mac. This is a pretty nice place. We happen to like it down here.
Well, you have to. I don't.
Steve, we aren't going to leave Roger here.
Well, gee, we've got to be realistic about this thing, Jen. I mean, it's either Roger or the chimp, and this is obviously no place for a chimp.
Well, it's no place for me either.
So then this is where Steve buys the other monkey, swaps it with Raffles
because
at Jen's place.
Yeah, Jen is saying, oh, he has to go with so-and-so person on Saturday. Like, she's going to send him somewhere.
If he doesn't behave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he replaces him with the docile chimp.
And then after that, he's trying to slip a note to the big boss.
To Crampton.
To the big boss of the network about how he can predict the TV shows. And he has this interaction with the limo driver.
Yeah, where he basically plants what the limo driver should say in his head.
About, what about this young person?
So the limo driver does exactly what he says while they're driving back to the thing. He's like, okay, well, let's give him a viewing in the studio.
Yeah.
And then we get this ridiculous scene of Steve sneaking in Raffles in a plumber's uniform with a little tool chest.
Oh, that's the shortest plumber I've ever seen.
I hope you're paying him the minimum because he's small. I mean, really? Do you need a tall plumber? I feel like the shorter you are, the better plumber you could possibly be.
They were trying to make a joke, but it's like, what?
Yeah, it was weird. And nobody would ever believe it.
Well, and so the scene is pretty long because it's this whole fiasco of he puts the monkey in the little male elevator and Jen is upstairs and he's trying to block her from seeing the monkey, and she's like, you're really weird sometimes, Steve. And she's able to, like, get away.
Yeah, because some chick is like, if you want to ride, you got to come with me right now.
And she's like, that's my claim to fame. That's my one line. Though I have a horse face. Pretty much. Yeah, she was pretty gross. And then she leaves, and then all of it, and the dude in the film, like, room or whatever, totally okay with the chimp just hanging out.
Well, right, but like, wouldn't you if you were just some jerk changing the reels? Like, of course you'd want to hang with a monkey. I'd be like, fuck yeah, monkey, awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing that's not realistic about it is nobody's smoking cigarettes because it's a Disney movie.
That is true. That is very true. If all of them would have been smoking.
Yeah.
Steve included.
Yeah.
The monkey included would have been smoking a cigarette. And the monkey likes something called Devil Dan. And the TV executives are all, oh God, this is just garbage. Da, da, da.
Yeah, and Steve's like, yeah, Devil Dan, and they're like, no, you don't. You're stupid. You're an idiot. We're going with the Happy Harringtons.
Right, which is actually on track for how like TV networks sometimes I think miss out on a lot of really good stuff because they really have no idea what people actually like. Or
cancel really good stuff way too soon.
Yeah, because they have no idea what people actually like.
Yeah.
So Steve decides he's going to secretly switch the film reels, which is actually pretty smart.
Yeah. And he does, and everybody loves Devil Dan.
But he gets fired.
And somehow Jen not fired, but she comes out to ride along on the motorcycle. She wants to ride on the hog.
Yeah, she's got a sweet pantsuit, like jumpsuit situation going on. All good. And then the next day, Devil Dan gets top ratings. What is Devil Dan about? That's what I really want to know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably a motorcycle. So then Steve is made the programming director after
Yeah, he
this.
takes the dude's job, and the dude gets moved to, like, cultural
director.
Something. I don't know. He just gets moved to a shittier job, basically.
A non-existent job.
Yeah. So they don't have to fire him, but they're just like, hey, you're going to go do this thing that's not a real job.
Yep. And so the ratings go up, and Steven keeps getting promoted at this point. It's almost like a montage scene.
Yeah.
Like, and then he wins the TV Man of the Year award. And then all of a sudden he's nipping on the heels of Crampton, of Harry Morgan. And now they're like, oh, we got to investigate this guy and see what the fuck's up, because he's not going to take my job.
Oh, no, we can't have that. Oh, we got to investigate. And so he sends in Roger to spy.
And he does a little B&E. And he ends up... He never sees Raffles. He just sees, like, some thing. And eventually Raffles assaults him and he leaves the apartment. And he's whining to the executives about, oh my god, it was terrifying, blah, blah, blah.
But he doesn't even know it was a monkey.
Yeah.
But Jen is listening.
And she figures out that it's Raffles. Jen confronts Steve, but she's okay with it. And they're just like, okay, yeah, this is fine.
They're like, we'll just keep it in the family.
This is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But
then they decide to spy on Steve from across the way.
Okay.
And then they find Raffles. And he goes and drinks a beer during the commercial, so that means he's guilty.
Well, Banks, he knows! He really knows. He got a beer during the commercial. Will Banks, get that chimp.
Why is the fucking limo driver hanging out with him while they're spying?
Because he drove him there.
But it doesn't make any sense. He would sit in the car. No, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like they brought him along in case they needed him to do something.
Sure. He knows. He got a beer during the commercial, because that's what determines if he's doing it right.
Right. So then the big plan, the big plot is for the limo driver and Will Banks to break in and steal the chimp.
Again, why is the limo driver involved? It doesn't make any sense.
Because he's funny.
I know he's funny.
And it's really because they need help. I mean, because here's the thing. That guy is your personal underling. You're just going to enroll him to help you do shit.
I know, but it's just like, what is going on? Okay, this whole window scene where they're on the ledge, and at one point, what is it, Wilcox?
Will Banks.
Will Banks says, sorry doesn't feed the bulldog. What the fuck does that mean?
Too.
What the fuck does that mean? Sorry?
I'm not sure.
Does it mean like if you're breaking into a house and you have to like bait the bulldog so it doesn't get you?
I think apologizing, it doesn't get the food in your hands to feed the dog.
Sorry doesn't feed the bulldog.
Yeah.
But basically, like, there's this whole back and forth thing where they're on the ledge.
And they keep falling, but not falling.
Okay.
Because they keep catching each other somehow in the most unrealistic fashion possible.
So the dude making this horrible wheezing sound. But it's not even wheezing. It's like a crying sound. And it's really funny, actually.
Yeah, it is really funny. And then he starts hiccuping at some point and then wheezing again. And Mr. Milbanks is, like, irritated.
And he keeps falling, and he keeps having to grab him by his tie, which is just whatever.
Or his tie, or his tail, or his hand, and he swings him up at one point.
But the bottom line is this scene goes on for a very long time.
Yes, it does. It's ridiculous. And it's funny, but ridiculous.
But
because then the fire department has to show me, like, don't jump!
Yeah, because they think they're going to jump. And I'm just like, what is going on right now? This whole scene, what is going on right now?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a left turn. And eventually, Will Banks falls off right into the net of the fire department. He's like, I wanted to go out the back door!
Yeah, and so he's like, the chimp! Blah, blah, blah,
yeah, he's ranting and raving. So the press is all over him and everybody else about, what about the chimp? Oh, he's picking out the ratings.
Okay, so you know what the best part about this was? The woman on the street that they're interviewing.
Yeah.
And she goes on this whole side rant about how they keep removing TV shows, and the reporter's like, okay, bye. And she's like, no, I don't even know what happened to John. Because she's upset they keep canceling her TV shows, and it's very funny.
So then there's this crazy board meeting thing with, like, the Justice Department, all the other networks are like, we gotta get rid of the chimp.
Yeah, the one guy wants to kill him, and then they're like, no, we're going to have PETA problems. And then the other people are like, yeah, let's just dump him in the middle of the jungle. It's fine.
Nobody will care. So they buy the chimp from Kurt Russell for $1 million.
But right after he tells Jen, I can't be bought.
Yeah. And immediately Jen's like, fuck you.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay, noble Jen. I'm sorry. This is 1971. $1 million. That's like what?
It's like $1 billion now.
Okay, hold on. Let's Papali, hold on.
Okay.
I need to know.
$1 million.
What is
in 1970?
$1 million in 1970 worth today? $7.68 million. So
that seems false, but still.
But let's just say it's $7 million. Okay, so you're telling me if today somebody was like, here, give me this chimp you have for $7 million, you're going to say no?
Would you sell Hans for $7 million?
No.
Okay, then shut up.
Well...
You don't sell your pets, dude.
Well, but still, like, okay.
No. You don't. I wouldn't sell Lily for $7 million.
I'm just saying, back then, I don't buy it. It's not really her pet, though. She got
It is her pet. She said the fucking chimp has known nobody but the Giuseppes and her. It is essentially her pet. She was like raised around the pet. The pet was raised around her. Yeah. That is her fucking monkey.
Ugh. It's a third her monkey. I don't know. I just don't buy it.
Nah.
I don't buy it from her. Don't buy it.
No, I buy it completely. And then Steve tries to go back and be like, I'll give you the $1 million back. Just give me the chimp. He could have got $5 million for that chimp. I mean, it's ridiculous. There was no way they were ever going to go back. But then, instead, we get this scene on the plane
with
of
like a weird
all the executives.
Operation Dumbo drop situation. They're just going to drop the chimp out. Like, how is the chimp going to know to open his parachute?
They said that the parachute would open within 10 seconds, guaranteed. Like, it was like...
I must have missed that. Because I was like, what, you're trying to throw this chimp out there?
Yeah. But instead, the chimp pulls the lever that makes all the executives fall out of the plane with their parachutes.
Yep. And so they just fly the plane back, leave the people there, and they're like, oh, sorry, yeah, here's your chimp. So then wouldn't he have the chimp and $1 million?
So, no. Mertens gets the chimp back. And so he swapped with Mertens the chimp for $1 million.
Oh, so the limo driver has $1 million.
Because they said that he got the $1 million to go find the executives.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's still a loyal stooge, even though he was left in charge.
He could have just kept that $1 million and been like, peace.
Yeah.
So maybe in another life he kept the $1 million, and that's how he actually ended up on the boat next.
Well, except for his boat next was before this.
We'll just say it was after. And that's how he ended up making all that money.
Yeah. So the chimp is returned. Jen and Steve get married in the end.
Yeah, they're all happy. Everything's happy.
Everything's happy. She's like, oh, that was my $1 million.
But secretly, I would have just done the same thing.
Couldn't you have offered him $100,000? All right. So, do you have any awards? Miss Cat.
So, one I had is gotta be in the know Easter egg moment. The Shaggy Dog on the TV. You gotta be in the know to catch that.
All right. So my award is the Wally Cox Coward Award for the hiccuping, wheezing scene on the thing.
Okay.
What a coward.
Maybe we can attract some attention, help get off of this thing.
Boss, this is awful.
Stop hiccuping. First you wheeze and then you hiccup.
I can't help it. I always hiccup when I get nervous.
Well, stop it. I can't stand it. Don't you understand that? I can't stand it. Just try holding your breath.
That never works with me, boss. Maybe if you get me a glass of water, that sometimes helps.
He's a coward, but it's also definitely the Swiss Family Robinson. The scene
Hey, my second thing is
oh my god. Because
it went on forever.
It was literally at least... It had to be like 12 minutes.
Yeah, it was really long, really insane, nonsensical. It doesn't really add anything to the plot. But this scene just went on and on and on and on and on.
It was a lot. And they brought a priest in at one point. Yeah. They were like, oh, don't jump.
Don't come into this window. Jump down to the thing.
Oh, yeah. They had the window open. Why wouldn't you just take them in the window?
Yeah. They would have just come in if you would have let them.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
that the window was open and they could have just come in the window. Oh, my goodness.
You got any other awards?
No, this movie was a little tough on the awards.
So I threw one more in of the Princess Giselle Award. I thought Heather Scott deserved it as the attainable girl next door for Kurt Russell. It's the rare attainable girl that they cast in a movie.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. That's fair. She honestly, she's kind of interchangeable to me with the chick.
That's the whole point.
Well, no, with the chick from the Monkeys Go Home movie.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They're like the same person to me.
That's what I'm saying, is that the loser guy, the mailroom guy, could have married Heather Scott.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll see that. I'll believe that. Biggest surprise or disappointment?
Okay. There were 2 chimps. Why the fuck did he not switch the chimps and sell them the non-TV watching chimp? That was my whole thought the entire fucking time. That's the entire problem with this movie. All they had to do was switch the fucking chimps. And they all knew that he was coming after him. Switch the fucking chimps before you sell the fake chimp and keep the real movie picking chimp and still keep kicking ass and being like, no, I'm the motherfucker choosing these things. Here's the chimp. You take the chimp. I'm keeping the real chimp and I'm the champ.
Whoa. That's a really good point. I honestly didn't even think about that. Like, what happened to the other chimp?
That's what I thought was going to happen. And nothing ever happened to the other chimp. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? This whole thing came off the rails at this point.
Man, I wasn't even thinking about that. But that's honestly, because then they could have kept the $1 million.
They could have kept the $1 million in the chimp.
And
the job.
And the chimp.
Or a job at another network. Are you kidding me? You could have had it all. You could have been the most powerful man in show business.
God damn it, Steve.
Ugh. It makes me ache in my belly that they didn't do that.
God, that would have been so much better, too.
Yeah, I know! Why do I have to think of these things for these people?
God damn. No, I mean, I wasn't expecting a young Kurt Russell. That's my only surprise. I wasn't really expecting that.
Fair enough.
But that's a really good, so that ties into if you remade this movie.
Switch the fucking chimp!
Yikes. No, I mean, I agree. Like, that's definitely... Could have been the thing.
Could have been the thing. Any final thoughts, Kat?
No, I mean, this is a fun movie. It's not like, it's not gonna blow your socks off like this is the greatest movie ever made, but I mean...
It'll tickle your funny.
It really did have a lot of funny parts to it. It was very...
There were multiple LOLs by both of us.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. And even though that scene did go on for too long on the balcony...
It was fine.
I was laughing.
It was
because
funny.
The guy's wheezing was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it was so dumb. So dumb.
All I have to say is, switch the chimps. Oh.
Yeah, now that you say that, it's pretty obvious. I didn't even think about it at all, to be honest.
Did you find a budget for this one?
I did not. I found no budget.
Yeah, there was no monetary information, so I'm gonna assume it lost a bunch of money.
Yeah. And then that's what led them to be like, we have to redeem ourselves with...
we have to keep using everybody again.
Until we make our win, and they just never figured it out.
Okay, so what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie is? The critics score?
I'm gonna guess like a 45%.
No, the Rotten Tomatoes critic score for this is 83.
Oh.
Because they came around to this is a good movie, because it is.
Interesting. Not what I was expecting.
What do you think the people's score is? reviews.
Oh, probably like lower. Probably more in that 40-something range.
48%, yeah. And, which makes no sense. Like,
well, they're upset. They didn't switch the chimps, like you said.
Who watches this and is like, oh, this movie sucks? What?
I mean...
What?
Assholes? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, Kat, if you had to give this movie a rating, what would it be?
So I enjoyed this movie. Would watch again. Not like I'm, on the edge of my seat to watch it again.
No, but would. Yeah, absolutely.
But I definitely think it's very fun. I gave it a 71%. I gave it 7.1 out of 10 unrealistic rooftop tie grabs.
Fuck you. I also gave it a 71%.
No, you didn't.
Swear
Shut
to God.
up.
71%.
Oh, fuck off. No, oh my God. Did you look at my paper?
No, of course not. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, so we agree. 7.1.
Unrealistic rooftop tie grabs. Because, okay, I'm sorry.
It was all unrealistic.
The guy is falling off the roof or the ledge or whatever, and he's going to grab his tie. It's like a silk tie. That thing would slip off.
Well, actually, a silk tie would probably save him.
I don't know.
But
like, no, fuck
either
off.
way.
It's so dumb.
Now it's time for Kat's favorite part of the podcast.
Oh shit, I have to pull it up, don't I?
Oh, I thought you had it pulled.
I do. No, it's okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we got number 390, so a new one.
I am scared.
Sorry for the format switch. We had an unfortunate technological error.
What do you think it is?
Princess Diaries 2.
No, that was way before this. Do you just want me to tell you?
Yeah, number 390 is...
From 2018, it is The Incredibles 2.
Oh, hey, fun.
Fun movie.
Yeah, we saw The Incredibles. It was good. I'm sure the sequel is good because it's Pixar.
I mean, I would hope so. I honestly don't really remember hearing much about this.
I seriously doubt it has Jason Lee.
Why would it have Jason Lee?
The first one did. He was the villain. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The big difference is there would be no Jason Lee.
Yeah, I feel... So, the only thing I think I remember hearing about this movie is that it focuses more on Mrs. Incredible.
With her booty? Is that the obsession of the internet?
Yeah. But no, this is good. I haven't seen this, and I wanted to see it. So.
Are there 2 or 3 of these?
There's
only
just 2. There's
okay,
just 2.
Okay, that's good.
Because it's 2018, so I mean, it's not that long ago.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Incredibles 2 next week. In the meantime, like, subscribe, share this podcast with a friend.
Yeah, leave a review. Lots of new content coming.
5 stars. Yeah, everybody, we'll just throw it out there and be honest. We had a hell of a month, and we took it off and re-released some episodes, but we're back.
It was just life was hard.
It wasn't hard. It just didn't involve us doing any shows.
No, it was just too much.
We had other more important, more fun things to do than to do this show.
Yeah.
So we're back now. Please listen. Please keep on going.
We're back, baby.
Back, baby. But in the meantime, this has been Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
Bye.
Your piss is on my lips.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
It really is the definition of disgusting.
Because your piss is on my lips. Because your piss is on my lips.
We do not endorse golden showers at Disney Hot Pod.
Your piss, I can't resist. Because your piss, I can't resist. Because your piss is on my lips.
My piss is not on anyone's lips. I would hope not. Unless there's a Gorgon living in the toilet.
Isn't it weird that this poster has this little flap over the rated G thing?
I don't understand what that's about.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Doesn't it feel great that it's hung up, though?
Yeah, it's going to move eventually. Because really we should have boom, boom, boom. 3
pictures?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then what? That one's going to go over there?
Well, no, this one could go here or there. It's just this whole corner, eventually should be good enough to where we can take a picture and be like, oh, our studio.
Look at our super professional studio.
We'll have like Mickey Mouse curtains or something stupid like that.
We've come a long way since the camp chairs in the garage, I will say that.
Woof. The fucking non-temperature controlled garage that was like 1,000,000 degrees or 0 degrees.
It's fine. So much sweat.
Oh my god.
Literally our sweat and tears went into this podcast.
Around that weird woodworker's table that was in there that swiveled. Man. Or really, we've come a long way since... Didn't we record the first episode with lavs and like an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, need to focus.
Stupid lavalier mics.
Hey,
kidding me?
They worked just fine. What are you doing? Okay.
Are you dying?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Oh, you need to tell me the number of...
Oh, what number we're on?
No, the number of items on the list. I don't remember.
That's what I mean.
Nothing's come out. Because luckily for me, Disenchanted came out not in movie theaters.
Hey, I want to watch that.
Yeah, but I don't have to do it for this.
Alex said it's actually pretty good.
Great.
The last one to come out was 4/16, which was Lightyear. I think that's up to date.
Yeah, that sounds right.
These socks are weird. It felt weird at the toe. The toe is like not lined up. Can you move it? There we go. Oh, that's 1,000,000 times better. Thank you. I felt the seam like at the bottom. You know where your sock's not lined up?
Oh yeah, those are those weird bamboo socks I used to have.
Oh, they feel so good.
Yeah.
Wearing my husband's socks. Okay.
It's the best thing alive. I don't know what the next words is in that.
That is fucking delicious. Really good. Better than the last banana themed cocktail.
Oh, Cat's Monkey Bevy. Thank you.